Hey folks, welcome to Shadows in the North channel, and we are back from Brawler Bash.
Yes, we are.
So, I posted my preview vid. I was kind of waiting for you to get your last Colonial Carnage game up,
Yeah.
and real life was just crazy this last week.
Yeah,
I
real life was crazy for me too.
yeah. Oh yeah, should we give your first Mazel tovs to you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I got engaged 2 days ago, so there's that.
We're so
Um,
sorry. I shouldn't say that. Allie might actually hurt me.
yeah, she might hurt you.
Or
But
Corinne
yeah,
might hurt me.
yeah, so that's why I was up in Boston. So that's why took me so long to get this last report up. So it's finally up though. So
Oh, is it
we're
up? I
it
haven't
is
seen it.
up. Game 5 is up.
Wow,
I
look at
posted
you.
it last night. Yeah, last night. Something like that. Um, yeah. So cool. So you posted your video, so everyone knows what's in your list.
Yeah, my
Uh,
video is like 4 minutes long because my list was less than 50 models.
well, yeah,
Well, yeah, seven
you're,
drops. So,
yeah, yeah, pretty awesome. Yeah, so it was a rush list. So how did that go for you roughly overall?
so overall, are we just gonna come out? I guess since it's posted on Wargamers anyway, we can just say it. And the
Yeah,
only
just say
people that
it.
watch our videos are pretty much in the Mid-Atlantic.
Right.
Well, so I ended up taking fifth place overall. Um,
Woohoo.
but third place best general, and the only two people that finished with more battle points than I did took first and second place overall. So I
Mhm.
actually went home with the best general award.
Nice, nice. Congratulations there.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. My terrible, terrible list from hell did better than expected, I think.
I agree. It did really well.
hmm I only
Solid.
played Empire once this weekend, that weekend, so
And you dodged all the dwarves, didn't you?
I dodged all of the. Although, to be fair, really wanted to play Phil Carl. He didn't have enough
Revenge is
cannons.
sweet.
Yeah. Ryan Capps had enough cannons. I did not. Phil Carl did not have enough cannons.
Well, yeah, Ryan Capps definitely had enough
He
cannons.
had five.
Yeah, and two banishment.
And he didn't actually have Vanish, but I was wrong. He took Life and Shadow.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he took Light Coven. Oh well.
No, no, no. So he had a bit of Shades too, because why not?
Yeah, I mean that sounds fun. I mean, yeah, pick your poison in that case then.
Pretty much.
Double banishment or pit.
Mm.
Have fun with that I2 dragon, Joe.
Actually, you'll see in the battle report, but I passed a Pit of Shades check on my Star Dragon,
Oh, nice.
and then I got cannoned. So it was pretty much a
Oh,
mute point, but
yeah.
that glory was short lived.
He jumped out of the pit directly into the path of a cannonball. That's what we're
Pretty
going with.
much. Yep. That was my only really bad game. And then I guess we could just talk about my games and we'll talk about your list. But your list was pretty well, we'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
So my first game was against Robert Brandon, and he was playing Legions of Chaos. He was just playing pretty much normal, chaosy stuff. Um, Pretty much your list, almost exactly. Um,
Very similar, yeah.
um, you just had a lot more chariots, which are actually harder to deal with.
He did,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, unkillable Chaos Lord. He had a couple guys with Lure of Undeath, which was actually surprisingly not effective against me because,
Hmm.
oh look, you summoned a Hex Wraith in front of my Frostheart Phoenix. Okay, that's
Right,
cute. Um,
right,
or he did it in front of my Star Dragon, and my Star Dragon just flew over it.
right.
Um, so I ended up getting like 4,500 points off of him.
Nice.
Um, my game two is against Ira. Um, he was playing Host of the Eternity King. Now, his list was awful because he was playing like Dreadlord. He had double Dreadlord, one on a horse, one on a peg. Um, Level 4 Lore of Life on a horse. He had a BSB, a high elf BSB with the Banner of the World Dragon. That was his only high elf. And I was like,
Oh,
it's my mission to kill that high elf, like, because he's a dirty traitor.
wow.
Deserves a traitor's death.
So he took 1,000 point hit just for the Banner of the World Dragon?
Yes.
Huh. That's
I
a
think. I think,
interesting
yeah.
choice.
Like, I'm thinking about the rest of his. Did he have a Frostheart Phoenix? I don't think he even took a Frostart Phoenix.
That is an interesting choice then.
Yeah, and I think I beat him by like 1,000 points for best general.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
So there's the
so
difference.
there's the difference. Shouldn't have
Yeah.
taken it. But, well, that being said, if he doesn't take that high health BSB, I crush him.
Oh yeah.
Because I just throw all my flyers into him and it's over.
Right. Right.
But so he has that. He basically he's got a ton of characters. Everything flies, or he's got 2 flying. Everything else is on horse. He's just Death Starred out in that Brolock bus. He's then got like 7 units of 5 Dark Riders and core,
Hmm.
4 bolt throwers, and that's his list. And he just avoids me, which is just annoying. Like he plays a really tight game. We have a lot of fun, but his Brolock bus never gets into a meaningful combat. He charges a Frostart Phoenix on 1 wound, like with his Banner of the World Dragon guy still alive, so he crushes my Frostart Phoenix, and then he charges my Star Dragon with a dead mage on top. Um, excuse me. And that Star Dragon, I will say, crushes that high elf BSB.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So, die to Trader's Death. He only gets 2,500 points off of me, and I get 2,400 points off of him. So,
Okay.
you know.
That's solid.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, well, because he avoided me the whole game, so
right.
didn't really engage. And that was because we got all those points just from doing this scenario.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because that was like an extra 1,100. That's where I got all my points from.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on. Game
Yeah.
3, I played Brad Close, and he had triple Bloodthirsters,
Mm-hmm.
40 Bloodletters, double Skull Cannon. I think that was like his list. And like some Demonettes with a banner.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, my flyers all flew down onto his 40 Bloodletters at once. I killed them all in 1 round.
Nice.
Or I killed like everything but like 7 of them, I think. Yeah. But when he went to take his demonic instability check, he rolled a 1 and a 2. And I was like, oh my gosh! If you just like, if you roll that and they all come back up, I was like, well, all right, let's roll it again.
That was so much fun. I want to do it twice in
I
this
just
game.
like killing all of your guys again.
Yeah.
Because why not? And I was like,
Seems fair.
Brad was like, honestly, I think I'm too drunk to put all those guys back on a tray. So
Brad's great. I love stuff like
Brad's great. But we basically it was just a lot of aerial combat, and then me death zapping his Bloodthirsters.
that. Nice.
Because I was getting pretty lucky with Spirit Leeches too. Just, I'm leadership 10, he's leadership 9. So, zap,
Nice.
zap, 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 zap. Trying to peel wounds off when I could.
Yeah.
Archers.
Nice.
And all of his Bloodthirsters, like I watched him do it too. Like I've never doubted Brad would ever cheat me, but like watching him roll, always strikes first and multi-wound 2 on all of his Bloodthirsters. I
Wow.
was like, God damn it!
Hmm.
Unbelievable.
That is some lucky rolling to get
And I
all
think he even had like the 2 of like because let's see, it's ASF is a 6 on the lesser, right?
Yep.
And then multi-wound 2 is a greater.
Yes. No. Multi-wound 2 is also a lesser.
It's also the lesser.
Yeah.
And then he had the 50-point item.
The axe of corn or whatever.
Axe of Corn, yeah. And then one of them had Fencer's Blades or something.
Okay.
Blade
Why
of
did he have
Blood, maybe.
Fencer's blades?
I don't know. I can't remember what he took.
Because they
I
already
don't think
have.
he actually took Fencer's Blades.
Yeah, because that would
I was
be.
just talking.
They're already weapon skill 10, and they already have plus
Yeah.
1 attack for additional
And
hand
he's
weapons.
initiative 9.
Literally does nothing.
Literally worthless. He wants to be a fencer.
I mean, yeah, I could see that. It's a very elegant Bloodthirster, that one.
Yeah, he's very, very elegant face. So I tabled him. I gave up a ton of points though because his Bloodthirsters don't like Frostart Phoenixes apparently, or Caradrian. Oh, he took an exalted Flamer Chariot.
Oh, nice.
Harold was on the Flamer Chariot,
Nice.
and he comes up and he grape shots Caradrian and just ghosts him. It was
Nice.
amazing.
That is awesome. Did he? I'm
Like
assuming he
turn
had blue
6.
hearts.
No, he didn't have any blue horrors.
No, no, blue har upgrade on the chariot. It's -1 leadership bubble.
No, didn't have it.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Just ghosted Caradrian though. It was amazing.
Wow, that's awesome.
Caradrian actually dies a lot. It's pretty
Well,
easy.
it's a good thing he takes things with him.
Oh, well, only in combat.
Only in combat, yeah, but
But yeah, it was pretty funny. Then game 4, I played Ryan, and Ryan is a scholar and a saint. Because after turn 2, I pretty much had 2 Frostguard Phoenixes left. Pretty much nothing at Ryan's dead, but those 2 Frostguard Phoenixes would give me 3,000 points, including bonus objectives and stuff like that.
yeah, before he eventually took them off.
Yeah, before he eventually took them off. So
Yeah.
his cannons woke back up in turn 6 because he just stopped firing cannons. He's like, don't worry, Joe, I'm going to let you get some points.
That's awesome.
And then game 5 was Landon, who drove up from, I subscribed us to his channel.
Okay,
Atlanta,
cool.
Romance Gaming or something.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen
Also
some of
playing
those.
Host of the Eternity King.
Cool.
He had mostly Wood Elves, but took like a Froststar Phoenix, took again a High Elf with the BSB, with the Banner of the World Dragon. Took some Sword Masters, because we had some Island of Blood Sword Masters laying around, he said.
Nice.
Yeah, was not the right. Well, I mean, apparently they were working for him because he was, he and I played round 5 on table 6.
Right, yeah, working well enough for him. I mean, they're not a terrible choice in a tournament where you don't get penalized for stuff dying.
Right, and then until you play me, where 1 Froststar Phoenix pretty much eliminates a unit of Sword Masters.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's, -1 strength against strength 5, toughness 6 for you,
Yeah.
They're running on 6.
Yeah, it was.
You're going to stop them.
His list was actually really, really cool too, because he had a death hag in each of his combat blocks.
Oh,
He had
nice.
a big old unit of rangers too, which was awesome. I love those models.
They're cool.
He had them painted up pretty sweet. Couple units of Wild Riders. But then like all of his combat troops were frenzied. So he had frenzied sword masters, frenzied rangers.
That's
then
amazing.
fighting my phoenixes. So all of his rangers had 3 attacks.
Nice.
And they were actually killing, just dropping my frost swords because they were just drowning me in attacks. But I tabled him, almost tabled him, 4,500 points. But he did kill like most of my monsters, like I said.
Well,
So yeah, I ended up 3rd best battle, 5th overall. I lost 250 points of painting, and I'm not sure why.
yeah, I'm not either.
But it's whatever.
Yeah.
When Ryan, no offense to Ryan, I love Ryan, but he got 5,000, and I'm just as well painted as he is.
Yeah, you might want to email Ben just to because it was Ben and Robert Brandon that do the paint scoring. So you might want to email them just to be like, hey, why did I lose points? I'm just curious, so I can improve
Fix
it in
it
the
for
future.
next time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just if there was anything that they want in particular that you didn't have in your army,
Yeah.
they might not remember, but if they do, it's just
Yeah, and that 250 points actually kept me out of 3rd overall. That's how close
Right.
it was.
Yeah, yeah.
So, oh well. So I'm at the point where if I can take top 5 in the next Masters, I auto qualify for the Mid Atlantic.
Nice, nice.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be good luck with that. That'll be fun.
Thank you. Now, how did your tournament go?
Yes. Okay.
Should I have not asked?
No, it's okay.
pretended you didn't go?
I'm over the PTSD.
I don't mean to giggle.
Yeah. No, it was okay. So
Oh,
my
geez.
list was so if no one remembers my list was level 4 Slanesh with an extra spell, level 4 Slanesh Demon Prince. I was doing Warriors focused Legions of Chaos, so I had Warriors of Chaos Demon Prince, level 4 Slanesh with all the bells and whistles that you would normally expect in a Nurgle one up armor save, charm shield, yeah, whatever.
Right.
I had a 3-up ward save Doomball, who was on the flying carpet with a great weapon. Okay.
Yeah. Great
I
choice.
had a unkillable BSB on a Demon Steed, which was interesting because I every game failed, aside from game 3, I think it was. I failed 3 ward saves over the course of 2 turns, every single round.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I'll get into that in a second. I had 20 warriors, Nurgle, full command, 15 marauders, Nurgle, full command, 6 ogres, great weapons, Nurgle, full command, 10 furies, unmarked, and then I had 2 hail cannon, 2 skull cannon. So it was, an interesting list. It was kind of chaos gunline. I think it was okay. Basically, my list was crap. I'm just going to put it out there. It was one of those things that I was focusing too much on the scenarios and making sure I had enough banners to get all the scenario points, and not focusing on the fact that, you know what, the stuff that I'm taking that have banners in my army are shit. Like Chaos Warriors just don't do enough. The Nurgle Marauders were there entirely for round 3, which they did great in round 3. They netted me an extra, let's see, they got me an extra 600 victory points just straight off the bat for getting Final Transcast on them every turn. So, they did okay for that, but yeah, it was just, that wasn't great. The Nurgle Ogres were fine. They weren't the issue, but I should have really changed my list and focused on what's actually strong in the Chaos Army, which is the characters. I should have just basically maxed out them, taken Min Core, probably in the form of chariots, and Marauder units with banners for my Steadfast and everything. And then if I wanted the Chaos Gunline, stick to that. But I think I spent, I didn't spend the points wisely. I should have taken more Chaos Chariots. So anyway, I realized to you, Joe, that I was complaining a lot about dice on the drive home. And, it's true that I didn't roll hot, but I think the problem wasn't my dice. The problem was my list. I don't think dice ever necessarily lose you, they're never consistently that bad throughout an entire event that
Right.
That's the reason you lost. They can, maybe in one game, maybe, but never in 5. I think the problem I had wasn't that I rolled crap. It was the problem that I didn't design a list that was strong enough to handle bad dice when it happened.
Right.
Every time I did roll bad, it felt like it hurt a lot more. And every time I rolled well, it wasn't in an area that was important enough for it to matter. So anyway, with that out of the way,
That was a very non-war gamer realization you just had.
Yeah, I know.
So
No,
proud of you.
thank you very much. Yeah, you'll see in the reports there were a lot of instances where it was just kind of like, well, that sucks. But I think the problem wasn't that I rolled crap. The problem was that my list wasn't strong enough to handle the bad luck, basically.
Yeah.
That's yeah, whatever. You'll see what happens. So game 1, I played Philip Snow. That game actually went pretty well. He had Warriors of Chaos. That was when I realized that I don't have anything in my army that's capable of handling my opponent's Unkillable Lord, because he had an Unkillable Lord. That's one of the points. Basically, it went really well. I forget his list exactly, but basically I shot off it. He had Warriors of Chaos. Sorry, I didn't say that. He had Warriors of Chaos.
You
I
did
shot
say
off his.
that.
I
Like
did say
twice.
that?
Yeah,
Well,
that's okay.
He had Warriors of Chaos. I said that 3 times now. Third's a charm.
4th. Just in case. He had Warriors Chaos.
Yeah, in case you haven't gotten that. So I shot off his chimeras fine, like my skull cannons. Well, one of them misfired turn 1 and blew up. The other one killed a chimera. The game was kind of back and forth. He was getting points. Basically, by the end of the game, he had 2 wounds left on the table, one in the form of his Demon Prince, and one in the form of his Unkillable Lord. So, unfortunately, that was a lot of points, though, left over. So I ended up only getting like 3,500 points, all told, because he had about 1,000 points in Lords and bonuses and everything. So I got a lot of scenario points, which was fine. I think I got all of them that round. Yeah. So that was that. That went pretty well. So going into round 2, I jumped all the way up to I think it was table 6 or 7. No, I was table 8. I was playing Matt Irby with his Lizardmen, and that game actually this was a really funny instance. So he had a couple of Ripperdactyls. Turn 1, he vanguarded obviously. He moved his Rippers around behind me, and basically, so like nothing was in charge arc.
Mm-hmm.
So I was sitting there, and I was like, beginning of my turn, I was thinking it would be really funny if I failed the angry cannon test, and I failed the angry cannon test, and got a free charge into his Ripperdactyls and took them off. So that was really, really funny. Even he was just like shaking his head, just like that happened. That definitely just happened. Um, but anyway, other than that, I let's see. He was moving up. He had two Ripperdactyl characters with a 2-up ward versus fire, screening his what's the name of the Carnosaur?
Carnosaur.
Yeah. He had them screening his Carnosaur, so I just charged one Hell Cannon into the first one, overran into the second one. That was fine. I was able to land a cannon on the Carnosaur turn 1 from the other Skull Cannon, and I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1 to wound, so that was that. So that he was hanging out. I think I rolled a 1 to wound, I think like twice, and then I rolled like 1 wound on 2 other hits. I think I hit him a total like 3 or 4 times, and it took the 4th hit before I finally dropped the Carnosaur. Um, yeah, it was. I mean, it was touch and go. He turn 1, he cast a comet right in the middle of the board, and that slowed me up rather than moving through it and having my
Right.
units get blown up.
Uh-huh.
So it got to like turn 4 before it finally went off because he had Teto Echo and just kept re-rolling it so it wouldn't come down. And that's when I started rushing forward, and there just wasn't enough time for me to capitalize on my points. He ended up getting the better of me, but not by much. It was a fighting draw, but really it was a game where we both kind of lost because neither of us
Yeah, I
really.
came over to watch like the end of that game, and neither of you really giving up any points.
Yeah, I know. Like, I mean, he got a good amount at the end. I think he only scored about 600 points more than I did. That combat just slowed us both down to the point where we just didn't get into any meaningful combats. And yeah, so there was that. That was a little disappointing. That dropped me down. Game 3, I played Matiram and his ogres. Um, so I had so I mean, basically he kind of came hard on what is my left flank. I kind of started pushing over to that side. Turn 2, I failed a couple of really critical charges. If I had made those charges, basically I charged my BSB into one of his units of it was a lead belchers. My BSB made the charge. I charged my ogres into his yetis. They would have overrun into his lead belchers, and between those two, basically I would have taken those off. I needed like a 6, and I failed, so that sucks. My warriors, just for insurance, also charged. The warriors needed a 7 to do the same thing. They failed as well. So instead, my BSB went in solo and got held up in the lead belchers for 2 turns. Before my following turn, I was finally able to complete the charge with the ogres. Or sorry, I was able to complete the charge with the warriors. In the meantime, he moved up. My turn 3, I got a pretty significant charge. Basically, I charged 1 Hell Cannon and a Doom Bull and one other thing into his unit of bulls, and I charged my Demon Prince, my Nurgle Ogres, and something else into his unit of Iron Guts. And he did exactly 3 wounds to my Nurgle Ogres. I dropped his Iron Guts like crazy. But he had exactly 2 ranks left. If I did like 3 more wounds to him, or if he did 1 less wound to me, he's no longer steadfast and he breaks. Unfortunately, he did exactly 3 to me, and I dropped a rank off my Nurgle Ogres. That sucked.
Didn't you also have Crown of Command in the block anyway?
I do not believe so.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I could be wrong there. I'll double check. He might have. If he did, then that's my mistake, and that was a mistake in the game that I made. Following turn, though, his turn, he got a decent magic phase, so I'm saving all of my dice for dispel regen. Yeah, for Troll Guts. So I had 6 dice. He used a couple to cast plus 1 strength on his bulls, so we can actually chop through my Hell Cannon. Okay, fine. So I let that through. He then throws 4 dice at Troll Guts. He gets it off. I throw 5 with my level 4, and I fail to dispel. I rolled like 1, 1, 1, 1, 2.
Darn.
Yeah. So I mean that hurt. So that cut my wounds in half, and it turned and he did that in a bubble. So it turned 2 combats where I was winning into 2 combats where I was losing.
He got that off in a bubble with 4 dice?
Yep.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
What is the bubble cast?
Like 16 or it's more than it's like 20, I think.
I think
It's high.
I think it's 16. 16 sounds better because he saved 4 dice for it because it was slightly above average, and I mean, he might have thrown 5 and I saved 6. I just knew I had one more dice than he did,
Right.
and I rolled like crap. So
It's high.
yeah, so he got it off and I failed to dispel, which is a little shitty. So there was that. So that
Brutal.
I ended up losing both those combats, and my Doom Bowl ended up breaking, and he ran me down, so that sucked. Because like one turn, I with my Doom Bowl did like was up to 8 attacks at that point. Guess how many wounds I did? Guess.
1.
Yep.
Hey.
Yeah, because he rolled hot. I rolled like crap to hit. He rolled decent for his regen saves. So I ended up breaking from static, and I ran. He ran me down, so that was
Oh.
crap.
I think you also got accused of cheating in that game.
He did, yeah. Okay, so like turn 1, I cast acquiescence on his unit of Yetis. So he
Yeah.
moved them 90 degrees to the side with d6 inches. Rolled like a 5, moved them to the side. He didn't rank them up properly though. They were kind of askew, but it's like okay, fine. We know which way they went.
Yeah.
So, at the end of his turn, he finally ranks them up properly. In the meantime, my BSB was now in combat with his lead belchers, and he's like, oh, I can make the charge around to clip the back of your lead belchers. Like, no, you can't. You are literally an inch away from your lead belchers, and you have to wheel like 60 degrees. Like, your wheel takes you into your own guys. There is no way you can make this charge. And then when he did his battle report, he accused me of cheating, basically.
I think I walked over to your table at this point, but I was like too drunk to like realize what was going on.
Yeah, no, I have pictures from my point of view of how it was. He had his pictures from sitting down and behind his models. My picture's a better angle, and I think it's pretty clear from my picture anyway that, when he was properly ranked up, it was impossible for him to make the wheel. But regardless, it probably wouldn't have mattered either way if he could have made it or not because,
Yetis are trash.
And I have an unkillable BSB, yeah.
Yeah,
so
and they would have just broken and ran.
Yeah, exactly. So it probably didn't matter in the end, but it's still a little bitter that he accused me of cheating.
Pretty much. He couldn't have talked to you about it, like...
Yeah, pretty much. It was.
Didn't say anything in the game?
No, it didn't say anything in the game.
So we're taking it to you, too.
Yeah, seriously.
Screw you, guy.
Yeah, so I mean that was not.
We have 179 followers. What?
So yeah, we're up to like 190, I think now.
Oh no! I'm gonna get on YouTube right now. I actually kind of wanted to run downstairs and grab my ogre book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can look it up later. We can look it up later.
We can add an addendum to this.
Yeah.
It's after midnight now, YouTube, so forgive us.
It's been a long day, especially getting longer for me now that I'm recounting my toils from Brawler Bash.
Your toilet starting to shake.
Yeah, man, I've seen some shit. So there was that. So I mean, I ended up losing that game. It kind of all swung on that turn 3 casting. I felt like I was in a good position, and then suddenly I wasn't.
What are you talking about, so? Oh, yeah, right. Okay, I'm with
Game
you.
3. Yeah.
You're still in Game 3? God.
Yeah, God damn. Okay, so now I'm on Game 4. So that dropped me down. I was now playing...
Nobody cares. You're like 45th place.
Well, I wasn't in 45th place at the time.
We have 192 subscribers.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll probably lose them again after this.
Probably, yeah. I'm gonna guess we are. Hold on. Who is my? Okay, yeah. Okay, so I was playing. Game 4 is playing Joey Jarbo. I played him once before. Really fun opponent. I mean, he's a nice guy. He was taking Legions of Chaos as well, and it was the same thing in Game 1. I basically, didn't have stuff to deal with unkillable stuff. So his general, at one point in the game, his general ended up getting into combat with my unkillable BSB. We both have 3 wounds. We have roughly the same number of attacks, and over the course of 3 rounds of combat, I did 0 wounds to him, and he did 3 wounds to me. What can you do? He was passing his ward saves, I wasn't. which sucks.
Suck.
I mean, it'll happen, you know. I mean, it was my fault for not bringing other Trickster Shard. I should have had it somewhere in my army because I knew I was going to face something like that. Yeah, I mean that game was also rough. I didn't get many points out of that, but I still got I think about 2,500. And then Game 5 was really my worst game of the tournament. I was facing Paul Luster, who this was my favorite game of the tournament. This guy, I loved this game. This was fantastic. But he had Undead Legions. We were just having a blast. At this point, we're on table 16. You're like, you know what? Let's just roll some dice. So. He had a big block. He had a big block of skeletons, and in there he had 2 vampire lords. He had a what's it called? He also had both of them with Red Fury. He also had a Vlad, and he had a guy with a -1 leadership aura. So yeah, pretty solid blunderbuss. And the skeleton unit I think was like 50-something guys. It was ridiculous. He couldn't even fit in his deployment zone going straight. He had deployed at an angle. So he played his he played his card where he gets to vanguard a single unit, so he vanguarded them, which was crazy. Suddenly they're all up in my grill, and considers to march and Van Hels them down my teeth. He at turn 1, his magic phase, he throws some dice at Spirit Leech on my Demon Prince, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I try to dispel it, I fail. And I roll a 1, he rolls a 6, and I fail all my ward saves and die.
Nice.
Yep, that was good. So at that point, I just kind of like, well, I mean, I'm just going to pile everything into this unit and just go like, go Brawlers! And yeah, I ended up getting taken off.
Take it off.
Yeah, I mean, I just charged everything into that big skeleton unit, aiming at characters.
Week, so.
I killed a couple of characters, and then eventually I got ground down.
Nice.
So that game dropped me down, way down. I think I only scored like 1,500 points in that game. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one hurts. So that one dropped me down. I think I was like 44th place or something overall.
44th place. I haven't pulled up.
Yep. Yeah. So that was not good.
That was not good.
No, like I said, I think the problem was with my list more than anything. Obviously,
Probably your attitude.
Obviously, the what?
Probably your attitude.
My attitude.
Mm-hmm.
I was laughing.
Not a positive demeanor.
What? Yeah, I know. I'm never a positive demeanor. No, I mean, yeah, it was fine.
Dirty cheater.
Yeah, seriously, I'm just such a dirty cheater, and I'm so miserable, and I never laugh, and, you know, I can't laugh at myself when I'm playing. But, yeah, no, it was what it was. Like I said, I think the problem was with my list and not necessarily with my dice. I mean, I mentioned a lot of the points that stick out in my head as points where dice went bad, but I'm sure when I'm doing my battle reports, I'll see plenty of areas where dice went well, and they just, because my list was crap, the bad instances hurt me a lot more than the good instances helped me, basically. Yeah, I think just my list couldn't roll with the bad luck.
Gotcha.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, that was Brawler Bash.
I'm going to go grab some vodka now.
Some vodka?
Yeah, vodka.
Gotcha. All right. It's only Wednesday, so, you know.
It's Thursday now, technically.
Technically, it is Thirsty Thursday.
Yeah.
Apparently, though, I did learn from the kids that I work with that it is Throwback Thursday on this thing called Instajam.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
What exactly? Huh, that's weird.
Uh-huh.
What's this Instajam stuff that these hooligans are talking about?
Some kind of social media application that's on their phones.
Oh, that's weird. I instantly forgot what all the social media things are as soon as I became engaged.
Oh, did you delete yourself from social media so you didn't have to talk to all the women you used to sleep with?
No, I just instantly became an old man.
Oh.
Instantly.
Nice.
That's what I was going for, but I like your interpretation of it as well.
Gotcha. Sorry. I don't know if that was too much to reveal for YouTube.
Probably. I mean, you know, they've had their warning.
I wonder how low our subscribers are going to be after tomorrow. What else are we doing? So hobby stuff. Have you been doing any hobby stuff? No.
Not really. No. No. I did some of stuff for you yesterday.
Yeah, you've been working on my freehand stuff because I can't freehand.
I know, it's been great. So yeah, working on that. I ordered my ETC army, which needs to be painted. This will be my third army that I've painted in like 4 months.
Outstanding. Me too.
This will be good. So I have to paint the demons up. Fortunately, I have 2 months to paint this army and not a week.
Right.
But I mean, it should go better. It's not that many models. I'm not going to say what my list is, but
That's what he
it's not that
says
many.
again.
Oh God.
That's what he said last time. There's not that many models. I can paint it in a week.
What? I mean, I did paint it in a week. It got done.
God damn it, John.
All right.
I'm just sitting next to Owen in Atomic Empire Friday night, and he's painting his model. He's doing non-metallic metal the night before tournament.
Owen,
God
yeah.
damn it, Owen.
I mean, we're talking to the guy who painted, like, was finishing his Demons of Slanesh before Coastal Carnage a couple years ago, and won Best Painted. So,
Yeah,
he is a man apart.
he's a man apart.
All right, so I guess that's it.
That's it. Oh, we're starting an escalation campaign.
Oh yeah, we
Look
are.
forward to that. What army are you taking? Have you decided?
Vampire counts, definitely vampire counts. I'm gonna do. It's a themed campaign, so I'm gonna do Blood Dragons.
He's doing Blood Dragons, but don't let him fool you, people. That he's not allowed to take a Blood Dragon champion at 300 points. He's a dirty power gamer with the fluff disguise. To playing Blood Dragons, let me take a Blood Knight as my unit champion.
It'll be great. It'll be my general.
It'll be good. 4 attacks and strength, 5 attacks and strength 7 at 300 points. When the units are only 5 men.
Hold on. Step back.
The brakes.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I mean, it'll be fun.
Get out of here.
What?
Yeah.
What are you taking?
I haven't decided yet.
Mm.
I purchased a couple models, but they're models that I wanted to have anyway. With everybody like kind of jumping on the Marauder bandwagon, and by Marauders I mean like Wog Grimgore or the Beast Wog.
Yeah.
I wanted to mix up the army variety for us, and I've wanted to do a Dwarf Slayer list for a long time since Storm of Chaos.
Interesting.
So I'm like kind of looking at that too, just because with me trying to get my all of my High Elf collection finished and done before 9th drops too.
Right.
Instead of having to instead of trying to paint 60 goblins in a month.
Right.
On top of doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd much rather pay 10 dwarves.
That's true.
So I'm not sure yet. We might do a YouTube video on that. What should Joe play for the escalation campaign?
We might be taking bets.
We
and
might
bribes.
be bribes. Bribes. What would you like to see me paint?
There you go.
I almost restarted my Tomb Kings, but then I realized that for the first 3 months, where we're not allowed to take special choices, I would play nothing but skeleton archers and horsemen.
Yep, and maybe some chariots. Chariots at low points would be
I could take chariots.
boss.
No, I couldn't because you have to have this like the upgraded stable version.
Well, I mean, you could build that.
Well, it'd take a couple months to be able to build it.
Probably only 1 month, I think. I don't know. I haven't looked over the tournament pack yet.
So
Or the
it's
campaign
a
pack.
tournament. It's a campaign. Anyway, so
Anyway, whatever.
we're doing it live.
All right. So I think we've rambled enough to bore these people into sleep, so probably should get out of here.
Indeed. Well, thanks for watching or listening or whatever this was. Look forward to whatever we're gonna do. The next couple weeks, I'm hoping to have my Brawler battle reports out probably by the end of the week.
Okay.
All of my vids are prepped. I just have to record, and I'm much less long-winded than you are.
I'm not long-winded.
Yes, you are. The
I am
majority of
brief.
this video was you. And I'm the one that took Best General. And you spent most of the time talking.
God damn it, Joe. I'm trying to excuse my terrible play. Oh, man.
And so I just got to get that done. And then I tried a new technique on my cloaks, though, and spent 6 hours painting them this week to completely want to redo them. So
Yeah,
there's
well,
that.
there is that. There is that. Well,
Redo 24 cloaks now.
but you learned.
But
You
I
learned
learned.
something.
I learned.
And you had
Something
fun.
today.
The joy of painting. Anyway, I'm going to stop sounding like Mr. Rogers.
All right. Well,
All right.
that'll do it for us. Shadows in the North. We are about as cool as we sound.